Hi, I'm Simon from Sailing Britican, and today I'm going to show you what a boat problem can really turn out to be. Major problems. Let's take a look at my diesel fuel injector pump. We've been stuck in the lagoon for just over 3 weeks. It ended up being a real mad rush. Mechanic came on, but it was a different type of pump what he was expecting. So we had to get him to come again, and he's so busy because he's the best mechanic on the island. And it took us 10 days. We're getting a fuel injector pump taken off. Try to find a new one. There isn't any in the world. Why do we need a new pump? The oil level when I was doing my wobbles was going a little high. So I was thinking, it looks a bit lighter. I'd just done a service though, so I thought, okay, maybe just the oil, the new oil hasn't got dirty, because with a diesel engine it generally goes dirtier. And it wasn't going that black color. I checked the level and it was just going up. So I changed all the oil, went back, and every time I was running the engine it was going up, and it did smell a bit diesely. There's three things. It could be the lift pump, the injector pump, or there could be a crack in the cylinder head, or somewhere inside the engine, and then this diesel's leaking through. I knew it wasn't the engine block because we're not getting any smoke. It's still running smooth, it's not making any noises, and there's no black smoke coming out of the exhaust. So I changed the lift pump. It was still pouring in. I'm getting like maybe a litre an hour on average of diesel going into the oil, which is not good for the engine at all. It'll be nice and clean, but not good for the engine. So we've been here at this anchorage. I don't know if you can see out there. We've been here, and I'm just waiting for the mechanic to come and take it off, because it's quite involved, where we have to make sure that it's on the first part of the engine when it's spinning around. So we know it's there. Then we have to lock it. The pump is then locked in that position. It's taken away, it's serviced, it's sent back to us, and then we can put it back on. Because if we get the timing wrong, you may as well you'll never get it back, and you may as well just change the engine apparently. So it is there. Hopefully I'm going to get it on the plane this afternoon, because I want to get it done as quickly as possible. It's going to take 5 to 10 days. So the guys are there, on that side. What they're doing is they're taking off the front of the engine so we can move it and get it into the right position and then lock it off. So they just drained all the coolant, and they're taking off the water pump off now, the one I just put on the other day, and then they're going to take the front of the engine off and then turn it and then lock it off, and then we can take the pump out.
You're making something incredibly complicated that didn't have to be. It's hard to tell. We're gonna have to take this off.
Going slow. Our issue is that service manual. Now, Perkins don't give it to you, they give the basic one. So we're trying to get the main one. And I spoke to Perkins and they said, oh, you just go on this app, you put that app in, and then you put your engine number. So we got the engine number, confirmed it on the engine as well as the paperwork, put it in, and it doesn't exist.
Got it?
I think so.
Yeah.
We found out, we spoke to the guys who are going to repair it, and Mark, the mechanic, knows him. So he told him what to do, so we're good to go. It's coming off now.
What did I do with?
It's off, so that's good news. It's taken a while. It's only taken 3 hours, but it was a big job.
It came off very quickly.
So this is always a big complaint for mechanics and people working on engines on boat. How much room you don't have. And believe it or not, this one has quite a lot of room.
Yes, this is better than most. Taking the pump off was easy. It was the other pieces that went on it that slowed all of this down. You can see how complex it is, and you can't make a mistake.
Yeah.
All right, so right now we're draining as much of this out. We're unable to spin the pump for any reason.
Yeah.
And see if you can get the plastic caps, right? That will go in here.
Yeah.
Here, here, and here. And then plug that and plug these. So whatever in it is sealed. You clean it off really good.
Mm-hmm.
You wrap it, you know, with saran wrap. You tape it. Then you put it in a plastic bag. You seal that. Then you put bubble, you know, like you just make it, you know, clean your hands when you're doing it so they can't possibly smell. You know, you might even get a, you might even then put it in a Tupperware thing and then tape the living hell out of it until you're purple with rage.
Okay. I need to go and get it boxed up, sealed up, and sent to Florida. It's 2:15 in the afternoon. I'm going to fly around and try and do it as quickly as possible, and hopefully get it on the plane tonight. If not, it'll be the first plane out tomorrow. Fingers crossed, and hopefully it'll be done in a week.
So because we can't use too much water because we're in the lagoon, it's not the cleanest to make water. You probably could, but it's not advisable. We're going to take all our laundry to a laundromat, and that's always quite a process, you know, getting it all off the boat and then getting it to the laundromat. But our friend's letting us borrow his car today, so we're going to hopefully get the pump sent off, do some laundry, get some groceries, and then a couple other, you know, bits and bobs while we've got the car.
By the time we got it off, the palaver we had to have to get it to Miami and to Fort Lauderdale to get it rebuilt, I had to end up flying and dropping it off because no one would take it because there was fuel on it. FedEx wouldn't ship it because it had fuel in it, which I understand, and they were saying that they have these machines that smell out, and if it smells something they just put it to the side and then I'd probably never get it back. So they said we're not going to ship it. Well, I'm here in the airport. We couldn't and didn't dare let the pump go with FedEx or any other company, because if it got lost or they kept it because they could smell fuel or whatever, we'd never have got it back and then would have had to buy a new engine. It's cost a lot of money because it's spring break weekend in America or something, and the flights were ridiculously expensive. Tried to book a hotel in Miami, tried to book car hire. Guess what? I couldn't get it. I could get a Mini for $1,000 a day. A good friend of ours, Michael on Entitled, is going to come and pick me up, and I'm going to stay on his boat. So we travelled down with him from Charleston down to Fort Lauderdale quite a few years ago now, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him, and I can't wait to go out and have a beer with him tonight. Came in late last night, no problems with the bags, all came through, and I'm now on the New River. We were here 3 years ago. I'm here at Everglades Diesel. I've just dropped it off. I tell you what, they couldn't have been any more helpful or friendly. It was great. They're going to jump on it straight away, and then they're going to FedEx it back to me, and hopefully I should have it within the week. Yes, hopefully. All right. Just had a PCR test, and they promised to get it to me tonight. It was $179, but it's free in St. Martin. But I know Michael is, we're a bit disgusted about that, aren't we? But it's just the way it goes. Well, it has to be done. So otherwise I can't fly. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I haven't caught COVID in the last 12 hours since I've had the last one, which I couldn't use to come back in. But I'll get that sorted out, and then I've got to fill in all the forms to fly tomorrow. The bridge is coming down, and I'm going to walk across it because that cat there, I've just found, has got some really good friends of ours on, and it's such a small world that I'm going to go and have a drink with them. Hey! It's Saturday morning. I'm just about to head back to the airport. This is the boat I've been staying on. Beautiful boat, and yeah, a successful trip. Bit of a boozy night last night. It was nice, and now going to head back to Britican. They were going to send it back with no fuel in it, so it wouldn't have been a problem. But it was a big long bank holiday weekend, Easter weekend. So our friend Les over there was coming out to us, and he brought it out to us. So thanks, Les. Les is on his second trip on to Britican. Thank you, Les.
Hi there.
And the Saga pump, it's there. Oh my god, this thing has caused me so much heartache. Oh, there, look at that. Thank you, Les, it was brilliant. Well done, mate. We got it fitted yesterday and we're now out of the lagoon and we're motoring because there's no wind.
We're out of the lagoon. Yay!
Told me that this is the pin that's locking it because it's not allowed to move. It moves, we're done for. And because this is loose, that's good because when they take it off, it'll drop down and then it's a spacer which will then make sure that it doesn't lock off because when it needs to turn when it's working. Okay, so this is the most critical bit. We're going to put the pump back on and fingers crossed that nothing's moved. They've got it in the same position. Bit nervous.
You get it into place, I can grab.
Okay, you just hold it like that.
I got it.
But you need...
The design isn't great on this one because they can't really get to the nut. Is this the one we got to torque?
Mm-hmm.
It's back on. They've torqued up the nut that was on the top and that's the critical part finished.
Yep.
So now they're going to put everything back together and then we're going to start it.
The other thing you can do is... I think we'll do all of this and then we'll do the front of the engine.
Put in the fuel filter back on and just checking that the grommets are all still there to get the all the fuel lines going from the pump to the injectors and to the fuel filter. So everything's going good so far?
Yep.
Mark's saying that all the pump is all hooked up now, so they're going to start on the front of the engine, which is the water pump and all the belts. What we're going to do now is change this fuel filter and we're going to get the front of the engine put back together.
I don't have enough leverage, I don't think.
I did a repair on the engine in Italy and I've just been dished about it.
What?
Been dished about it. Been given a hard time, but they said it wasn't bad considering, but it worked for 5 years. But they're fixing it and putting it something better on, so that's good.
I think Dad might be just he didn't.
That's your exhaust. You know, they'll have exhaust, 2 intake, 2 exhaust, 2 intake, exhaust.
Yeah.
They may have done it like that, so that's why I need the book.
Okay, so what we did, we put a new fuel filter on and we used this coffee filter to check to make sure nothing came, and look at that, it found that one bit, so that's good.
So these valves were 40 thousandths out.
40,000 out, so
Yeah,
just
probably.
Is that a lot?
Oh, it's a huge amount. It's well over double.
Double what it should be.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So what'll happen is it'll change the timing of the engine.
Yeah.
And it should be much smoother. Does this engine vibrate at all?
A tiny bit.
Everything, when you have a lot of a gap, everything is delayed. It opens later and it closes later.
Is this killing you?
Okay, give me all the hardware for it.
This is the mess that's currently there.
Calling me a mess.
No.
Okay now.
Okay, stop. All right, hold it.
Do you want me to switch run off?
No.
Just
No.
don't do anything.
Just don't do anything.
I'm not doing anything. Oh.
Start it up, please.
Yeah. Okay, enough of these engine problems. Let's go sailing. Have a quick drink of wine. On the front one is the front one. If you want to have way more ways of making your boat life easier, safer, cleaner and less frustrating, avoid reinventing the wheel. Over the past 7 years, we have formed easy to follow checklists for servicing boat systems, what to clean and when, passage planning outlines, what to do about seasickness, how to choose a marina, keeping children occupied on a boat, meal provisioning and lots more. Get a 122-page guide containing hundreds of time-saving steps to make your boat life a breeze. Order your Checklist for Sailors guide today and get instructions how to receive a completely customizable Microsoft Word version so that you can add, delete and make the checklist perfect for your boat life. Check out our special offer here or get the link down below.
Bye.